and the hard drive in 2019. They've known about this since 2019, which raises a whole series of questions. According to this FoxNews.com report, quote, it is unclear at this point whether the investigation is ongoing or if it was directly related to Hunter Biden, his laptop. Multiple federal law enforcement officials, as well as 2 separate government officials, have now confirmed the authenticity of these documents, which were signed by FBI Special Agent Joshua Wilson. Wilson did not immediately respond to Fox News for a comment. We will stay on this story. We're going to get reaction in just a minute from Senator Ron Johnson, but it is now breaking as we speak. First, let's turn to the Hannity Big Board, where Bill Hemmer is standing by some very important state-by-state election analysis. You know, we invited you on. We figured you might need a little more practice. It's been 4 years.
Bill Hemmer here.
No, nobody's better at the big board than Bill Hemmer.
Sean, nice to see you. Good evening. I'm going to take you through 3 states, and it's sort of kind of where we think the state of play is right now. This is Pennsylvania. You mentioned President Obama was there earlier tonight. These were the results from 2016.
Right.
This is Pittsburgh, Allegheny, a lot of Democratic votes there on the west side of the state. This is Philadelphia in the southeast. This is, if you're a Democrat, this is where you win Pennsylvania. And that's why President Obama was here earlier today. Hillary Clinton had 500,000 votes in 2016 in Philadelphia. Montgomery County, she picked up another 250,000 votes. And that's the reason why you see the concentration, the focus. Now, Sean, watch carefully. This is 2016, red is Trump, blue is Clinton. Take it back to 2012. What changes on the map? It's very subtle, but you see it just slightly here. There were a total of 3 counties that flipped for Trump in 2016, and really they made a significant difference. Lucerne over here, and then Erie County up here in the northwestern corner of Pennsylvania, where you had a rally there last night. President took that county 51-49, very close, but if you go back to 2012, you see how well Barack Obama did in the same county, 58%, hence the reason why you go there. Now, you saw a rally about a week ago. This is Cambria County. I think you covered it yourself, Sean. White rural voters. The president almost got 70% in this county. He's going to rely on all these places now to offset places like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia in this year's vote here. Taking 2020 now. This is the advanced vote in Pennsylvania. There's no early in-person voting here. You vote by mail, or you show up and pick your ballot up and fill it out. 2.8 million requested or sent. 1.2 thereabouts returned so far, so Pennsylvania has a little bit of a ways to go when it comes there. Pop on down here, 2016, state of North Carolina. This is Raleigh and Durham in the north and east, and this is Charlotte here in Mecklenburg County. Tonight, the president was in Gaston County, just to the west of Charlotte. 66% of the vote, 61,000 raw votes in that county alone, as compared to Mitt Romney's turnout at 56,000. So you up the mark by about 5,000. That's the reason why, well, in a big way, as to why you go to Gaston County tonight. Advanced vote in North Carolina has been rather impressive, I think. That's 2012 to take you to 2020 now. You've had early voting there for about 6 days, Sean. 1.4 million ballots sent out and requested, about 660,000 returned. The early in-person voting is very popular in North Carolina. They like that there, and we're about 1.5 million so far. But I think of all these numbers here, the one to think about is the percentage of registered voters that have turned in a vote so far. You're a little more than 20.6%. 4 years ago, that number was 30.6%, so you're 2/3 of the way there. I think with early in-person voting, you're easily going to eclipse that so far this year in state of North Carolina. One more here. This is Florida. Advanced voting. I know they're throwing a lot of numbers at you now, but I think this is really important when thinking about the changes of COVID, absentee ballots, mail balloting. All that now factors into an election that really is
a lot of voters,
rather unpredictable. So as of tonight, it's 6 o'clock, October 21, in Florida, 5.8 million, of which close to 3 million have been returned. They've been doing early in-person voting now for just a couple of days, okay? That 720,000 number, this is why I think that number is important. From 2016, the early in-person vote in Florida was almost 4 million. You can wager,
a lot of people already voted. They never heard anything about the Hunter Biden laptop.
I pointed out, 31% 4 years ago. This year in 2020, we're about 17%, so a little more than halfway there. So all this now goes into our equation as we try and figure out which way 2020 is going to go. And Sean, the 3 states that I just showed you in 2016, what was the raw vote difference in all 3? Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Florida. It was 330,000 votes. That's the margin so far that we're looking at as compared to 4 years ago.
Phil Hemmer, I will tell you, everybody should take this to mean the following, in my view.
Yeah.
Your vote matters. In every one of these swing states, it matters a lot. All right, we'll be watching all election night. 2 weeks from yesterday, 13 days away, anything can happen. But ultimately, it's in your hands. You, the American people, are the ultimate jury. Not big tech companies that are biased. Not the media mob with their abusive bias against all things Trump. Not the Democratic Party that hates Donald Trump every second, minute, hour of every day. And not establishment Republican rhinos that also hate the president. Only you have the power to shock the world and send Donald Trump back to the White House and prevent the socialist policies of Joe Biden from ever being implemented, which would render this country pretty unrecognizable. Joining us now, Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization,
of the White
Trump
House.
is with us. So you look at all these numbers. Very similar, except in many ways we're actually in a better position if you look at the Real Clear Politics average from where Hillary was 4 years ago to where we are today. Your dad is doing what he does best, and that is going out, working his you-know-what off. This guy has been on vacation for the last 5 days. Now, is it just me or is something off with that?
Listen, Sean, something's off with it. In fact, it's the thing I admire most about my father. The one thing that he instilled work ethic in Don, myself, Ivanka, Tiffany. He instilled work ethic in him, and I look at him and I watch him go out and campaign and what he's doing, what he did in Erie, Pennsylvania last night, and what he did in North Carolina this evening, and the energy he brings to that office. And,
looks red in there.
Contrast, you have Biden, who literally has
He could be having a satanic ritual, bro.
Work ethic's important. Showing up is important. It's the respect you want to show the voters, and I couldn't be more proud of my father. I couldn't be more proud of what he's doing, and I can tell you, Sean, I'm out there every single day. I was in Michigan yesterday, I was in Pennsylvania the day before, I was in New Hampshire. The energy on the ground is unbelievable, and I did this in 2016. You know that. We spent a lot of time together in 2016, and I've never seen anything like this. I mean, people appreciate my father. People know that he saved this country from socialism and the radical left, and people love him. I mean, this is no longer about politics. This is a movement of love, and
somebody walking into the house.
When somebody, with less than 2 weeks to go before Election Day, you're taking a vacation 4 out of 5
Could be Leatherface.
At this point, something is being hidden from the American people, from my perspective. I think Joe Biden, we need to demand that he take a physical exam and release the results, and a cognitive exam like your father did, and release
Could
the
be Obama
results.
trying to pull an
This
OJ.
is beyond unusual.
Don't
No
take him
candidate
out.
that I can think of in my 30 plus years of doing this job on radio and TV has ever acted this way. They have put him in the Candidate Witness Protection Program, Eric. What the
I
hell
wonder what
is wrong with
Biden's
Joe
doing
Biden?
in there.